Hello. So here we are without the Scotsman. So we'll go through the room in a second. But first, Mr. Mario, start us off right, please, sir.
All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thank you, sir. How y'all
Thank you,
guys
Mike.
doing? Bama, how was your week?
Ah, pretty good, pretty good. Uh, like I was telling you, I'd never ordered anything from Natch's Shooting Supply before. Man, that's a pretty top notch outfit. I was real impressed. Of course, they are like one state above, so whenever they ship something out, I get it next day. So that's pretty good. Prices were great. And I had no idea they were that big of an outfit, and they
They're
sent
a
their
top-notch
catalog.
group, man.
Yeah, they sent their catalog, and I was shocked. It's 400 pages, and we'll start.
Damn.
I'll start checking with them on everything from now on.
You
But
know,
other
for
than
a long time, they wouldn't ship to Georgia.
you're kidding.
Mm-mm.
That
And I
makes
don't
no
know
sense.
why. It was something to do with regulations and taxes. Anyway, let's go ahead and get through the room and we'll get
Yeah,
into whatever y'all want to get in. Pat in the bunker, how are you doing, brother? Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. I've been good, just super, super busy. Um, Finally got through all the harvest. Finally got through all the cattle stuff. Everything's out on stocks. Made a couple of new purchases. One is right over my right shoulder, sitting there. It is a Milsurp. Surprise, surprise, coming from me. But it is not a Mosin. So I'll just let y'all, I'll let everybody in the comments think of what that beauty is back there. But anyway, yeah. And then a day later, made another purchase. So I've got some content definitely coming up on the channel. So yeah, man, just been busy. So this first Sunday night I've had freed up. Kids' programs and stuff, Christmas programs and everything. It just man. But I'm glad to be slowed down a little bit tonight. Got a nice little wood fire going on over there. The basement's warming up, and I'm just chilling out with you guys. So yeah, Mr. Mario, what's going on, brother?
Oh, nothing much, man. Just celebrating my grandson's first birthday, so we had a big party here with the family. Everything went well. It's just that, man, my wife doesn't believe in small parties, bro. Everything is massive for her, and but it was good. The kid got a bunch of presents and money, so yeah, it was great. It was just great to spend time with my grandsons because I haven't seen them in like a month or so. So yeah, other than that, man, just been chilling, doing a little bit of reloading. I've been having a little bit issues with my Dylan bullet feeder, but other than that, it's good to go. Other than that, we're doing good. Just thankful to getting through the holidays. Hopefully, this will go by quick and just get back to doing what we got to do. So all I got.
Very good, very good. We'll come back to you on the reloading thing here shortly. Mr. Rob, New York Outcast, how you doing, brother?
Doing all right, surviving, dodging the landmines, and trying not to freeze in the weather out here. So, other than that's pretty much it. Hopefully, Scotsman's well. Don't know what he's doing, but I hope it's worth it, and or he's not in any kind of trouble. But other than that, thanks for joining us. Thanks for having me, and see what Bald and Curious got to say here.
Hey Val, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing better than I deserve, to be honest. All things considered, I'm doing really okay. Finished the job, started a little small interior job, so I'll be set right now with this cold. Although I still need to go outside and cut, so there's that. But we didn't get hammered with the snow too bad. We only got about 3 inches, 3-4 inches, so it's not that bad. All cleaned up and just getting ready for Christmas, little by little.
Amen. Let's just make sure we remember what Christmas is all about. Garage guy, I saw your message, dude. I'm sorry I couldn't get to the phone, but we were putting the Christmas tree up and wrapping presents and stuff like that. So that's done. Tomorrow should be good. I'll try to remember to give you a call. Me and Garage Guy's going to do this thing about college football. We're going to get on YouTube and just gripe about college football. And anybody wants to join us, let us know. We've got to work out the logistics part about whose channel and how to get it on both of our channels at the same time, which really shouldn't be a big deal. Just we've got to get together and practice doing that kind of thing. So let's take a look here. Something that was mentioned earlier while we were, and we'll let Val go first if he wants to guess. Move your head, Pat. Front one or the back one?
The one sitting on the cleaning stand right there.
It's something sporterized. That's for sure.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
They hacked the crap out of the stock.
Nope. That is a totally brand new stock. I've got the other stock in tow.
Okay.
I have no idea. I mean, it's kind of too far away. Kind of looks like a Mauser action, but I don't really see the back of it.
And too bad they won't let us handle one.
Yeah, unfortunately, because that one is a sporterized Japanese Arisaka in 6.5. Somebody did the bolt handle on it and put a whole brand new stock on it, and I've got everything to convert it back. But the only thing they did is they shortened the barrel on it, recrowned it, and everything. But here's the weird thing. It's still got the mum on top of the receiver. That's the whole reason I picked it up. Because it's still got the chrysanthemum on top of the receiver.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, well, it's not extremely rare, but it's definitely more rare than the ones that haven't been ground off and the GIs took home. So I was like, the price was right, especially with the ammo that came with it. So I'm going to be doing a piece on that. It does have a scope mounts and everything that go on top of it, because unfortunately all of the original iron sights are completely gone off of it. Somebody did a beautiful job on sporterizing it, though. Somebody did it right. They repolished the bolt and everything. You can't see any welding marks or nothing. The wood where the handle comes down is perfect on it. It's been crowned nice. They took it from 29 inches down to 19 on it, so it's just going to be something that we're going to see versus a original Japanese Arisaka, which I have sitting in a gun in one of my gun shelves over there. So we're going to go head to head with a OG non-screwed with versus a bubbed. I wouldn't even say that's a bubbed one because somebody did it up really nice. And it looks like it was done a long time ago. So, yeah. So that's one of my pickups that I got in the last 2 days.
One of your pickups you got in the last 2 days. Wow.
Yeah. So the good Lord shined upon me and found me some super deals the last 2 days. So I can't complain. And on top of that, it came with all Norma ammunition to go along with it. So I'm hunting about 40 rounds of hunting with hollow points and about 60 rounds of ball. So, and if anybody knows anything about the 6.5 Japanese, it is stupid expensive right now. So, anyway, yeah, that's one of the projects working on right now.
So that Norma stuff, that's dang good brass, man.
Mm-hmm. And between the guy that owns the original Arasaka sitting in the gun cabinet over here and mine that I actually own, we have a feeling we're gonna just go ahead and get all the reloading dies and stuff and just reload the Norma brass on it because he has a 6.5 Creedmoor, and we're just gonna reload for it from here on out for both of them.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to buy bullets in bulk
Mm-hmm.
and use them in Creedmoor or the Arasaka.
Yeah, and what is it? The Carcano takes this exact same bullet, if I'm remembering correctly. It's just the rim to the shoulder it's 6.5 by 50, then 6.5 by 52, if I'm remembering correctly. And yeah, and he has 6.5 Creedmoor anyway. So we're gonna see what we can do with these two puppies, and see if we can get some good accuracy out of them. Unless that Norma straight out of the box just does its job. So, and we already have the powder to reload for them. So nothing fancy as far as on the powder. It pretty typical, pretty common.
Well, that's always a blessing.
Yeah, so looking forward to it. I ain't never messed around with one of those, and so yeah, we're gonna have some fun with that.
It will be.
Mm-hmm. And what was it? I believe on an average, the Arasaka round was, on an average, this is what I could find off the internet and in my books and everything, was between 150 to 250 feet per second less coming out of the Arasaka versus the Creedmoor. So, just depending on powder, bullet, and everything. So, not that far off from the Creed. So, it'll be interesting.
I would have thought with that military style cases, you could get more performance than you can out of a 6.5 Creedmoor.
Well, and that's kind of what I've been diving into, is if we can juice them up to at least a 6.5 Creedmoor level. And everything that I've read, all the reloaders and stuff that I've watched so far and nobody's had any problems getting them up to the level of feet per second on a Creedmoor, and reporting no problems with split cases as long as the receiver's not shot out, the throat's not gone on it, and the barrel on this one and the barrel on the original all intact one are perfect. So if we feel froggy, we might reload a little bit and see if we can jump the feet per second up and just see how the guns handle. So we'll probably do it through that one first, since it's already been messed with, versus a one that's all original. But that one doesn't have the mum on it. That one was ground off. So
The original one you're talking about doesn't have the mum?
yeah, the one with the all the stock, the cleaning rod. And I got lucky. I had some friends that actually sourced the belts and the pouches and everything. So I got that for him for lending it to me to do some testing with. So, yeah, that one does not have, it's been ground off. You can barely see one tiny edge of it unfortunately. Other than that, it'd be perfect. It would be a unmolested, untouched, perfect Japanese Arasaka. So, unfortunately, so that's that only one's downfall. The only reason I got that one is because it did have it on it. So,
Yeah, I need to do a video about my K98. It's
yes, sir.
it's got the eagles and stuff ground off of it, but it was supposed to be a Yugoslavian M48, and when I got it, it said Model 48. It's got the Yugoslav seal on it, pressed on it. But then if you look, you can see where the eagles and the swastikas have been ground off. And it says Model 98 on the side. That's it's a K98 that been Yugoslavian captured.
Gotcha. Yeah,
So
kind
I
of
think
like
I need to
the.
do a video about that. Maybe somebody can come give me some help.
Yeah, no, that's totally cool. A lot of those guys did that, like the Finns, the Swedes, when they captured Mosin Nagants. And Mario can probably fill you in better on that, but if I remember right, they totally disassemble them. Some of them needed rebarreled because it wasn't up to their spec, and yeah, totally put their own markings and everything on there. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I got a hold of a guy the other day that hopefully here pretty soon I'll have a Mosin Nagant pistol here pretty soon. So to finish off my Mosin collection. So yeah, I'm slowly building the World War II up. So anyway. So yeah, I've been jacking it. I've been jawing enough. Somebody else talk.
The longer you wait to do this kind of stuff, the more expensive it gets. So we got
Yeah.
G23's joined us. Edward Petty's out there. SD Mountain Man's out there. He's been reading his comments. He's got had a good blessing lately. Some of the stuff that he's come up with. There you go.
Ooh, G's got a good one out there. He's got the 7.7 with the with all the Imperial markings still intact. Nice. Well, that's super awesome.
But do we know of a Mosin Nagant better than the ones the Finns made? That Finnish M39 is, I think, is probably the cream of the crop when it comes to the Mosin Nagants. Anybody got any questions or comments about that? Mario?
No, man. I'm a big fan of all those Finnish Mosins. They're really beautifully made. They're a lot better made than the ones that came out of Russia and the other what do you call it? The other countries that were part of it as well. I think even Remington's stuff was a little bit better, but um yeah, I for me, if I could get a sniper version of a Mosin or a carbine version of it, I mean that would be the ultimate thing for me. But yeah, I do think the Finnish ones are definitely really top notch.
Yeah, because who was it? Simo Haya. The I forget what they called him. I just watched a documentary on it here a month ago. and Mario probably knows this too, and hopefully he'll fill in where I leave off. But uh, open sights over 500 yards away, just taking guys out with a rebarreled, refinished Mosin Nagant.
Yeah. I mean, wow. Yeah.
That
I'll
guy
be
was a
honest.
man.
Yeah. I mean, the rifle is capable of doing that. It really can. I mean, but it's really I personally think it just has to do with the user more than anything else. Somebody who's really had a little bit of time on that type particular rifle, and has pretty much has gotten used to the trigger, because the trigger's horrendous on the Moses, man. They're
Mm-hmm.
they're not the
Yeah.
nicest of triggers for sure. But they definitely uh they definitely do the job and do it well. And the fact that many of these are first 20th century first generation type of rifles is amazing, so
Yeah, but 500 yards at a human target with the open sight has got a lot more to do with the user than it has to do with the rifle, because nothing for nothing.
yeah. Oh yeah,
I got a hard
absolutely.
time. I got a hard time
Absolutely.
seeing a freaking man at 500 yards, let alone actually put a sights on him. And not to
Right.
mention, they're not even peep sights. They're like notch
Yeah.
and bullcrap sights. So
Right. Most
yeah,
definitely.
and there's probably quite a bit of luck involved too.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of it is luck, man.
Yeah.
But can it do it? Yeah, I think it can. It's just
You
capable
send
of it.
enough rounds down range, anything's possible.
Yeah. But I mean, I think what really makes it capable is because of the type of round it is, and 30 cals, pretty good sized fucking chunk going down range. But that's just my opinion on it.
Yeah. Well, and he was a farm boy uh, back in the day before he even got into the service, and that's how that's how they fed themselves. Was he would go out there. I can't remember what he hunted with when he was a kid, but going out there, and when you got to hunt for food, boy, there's a lot on the line if you're going to feed your family. You know what I mean? And he was a kid when he went out there and went hunting to feed the whole family. So yeah, a lot of time behind a gun. So that definitely helps for sure.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question, guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
With prices, like I understand back in the day when you could pick up a whole crate of Mosins for $200. It's a different story. But now the price of the actual Mosin and all that, is it still worth the money getting it when you can go buy a Ruger Hunter Precision, whatever the hell you call the thing, in a 6.5 Creedmoor for what, $300-400? Wouldn't you be better off with something like that, or you guys just like the challenge?
Well, me personally, I would rather go with a modern gun with modern precision ammunition. You're definitely more effective if that's what you're using it for. But if you're a history buff, nostalgia kind of person, then you would want to go with a Milsert. I mean, the reason why a lot of people collect them is just the history that goes with it, and you know, seeing these type of rifles in fucking History Channel or stuff like that. I mean, I think it's a combination of both, but can you really be effective with a Milsert rifle? I mean, you can. I mean, think about Oswald. He went and killed Kennedy with Carcano. I mean, it's possible,
Supposedly.
No, we didn't.
supposedly,
Yeah, supposedly.
supposedly, but
Shut up.
just saying.
Oh,
But
did I skip it
I
out?
really didn't, guys. Okay.
Oh,
but
okay.
I mean, I think anybody can do whatever they want. I like the Mosin more for the nostalgia, but to me personally now, I don't see the value in it, because some of these are going for $700, $900 sometimes for a Mosin. I mean, the cheapest one you probably find is maybe 400, but it's all beat to shit, and you're
Mm-hmm.
like not even worth
Yep.
the money or time. So, I mean, to your point, yeah, I would probably go with a modern rifle with modern ammunition.
I had a Mosin sniper. I had a 1919 Earthwood made Mauser, 8 millimeter, and what else? I like two other guns, and because of the divorce, I just needed quick cash. I need to get rid of them. I think I got rid of all that for like $1,000. The only plus side is I gave it to New York half-ass prepper, so at least I know it went to a guy that's gonna enjoy them.
Yeah.
No, I had them for a while. They've been just sitting in the safe. I never really shot them. But when the divorce hit, and I had to get rid of all the stuff, so I'm kind of regretting it. Like I said, the only silver lining is it went to a good guy. So
Yeah. Did you ever get a chance to shoot him? Any at all, Val?
yeah. I shot them all. I mean, I never had a gun I didn't shoot. I'm
Okay.
not one of
Good.
the guys that I
Good.
just didn't shoot them. I didn't shoot them as often, and I wasn't like one of those guys trying to shoot open sights at 400 yards and all that. It's just I like in other words, they were cool conversation piece, but I didn't really enjoy shooting them. Even the SKS, I had it. I had a bunch of ammo for it, but it wasn't really like my one of my favorite gun to shoot. So
Okay. I got you. Well, I was just curious if any one of those stood out as being particular more accurate than any one of the others that you just thought was just a sweet shooter. It was just accurate. Just a
well,
good shooter.
the Mauser was really accurate, and the action was super smooth. Trigger was on it nice, and the gun was pretty much 100% stock. Other than somebody did a little refinishing on the stock at 2 or 3 spots. Other than that, the gun was the way it came, and I was surprised how silky smooth the action and trigger on that thing was.
Yep. German engineering.
Those German
Yeah, well,
are awesome, man.
German engineering is not that great when you got to pay repair bill for a BMW.
Well, probably not.
Here's another thing about milsurps, guys. The collectability, obviously, the values are going up on these things. If you're not already into collecting milsurps, it could be cost prohibitive unless you got plenty greenbacks laying around. But getting them in good condition, getting them back in top notch working order, and getting them shooting good, working up loads for them, all that stuff is fun, just like any other rifle. But as you're sitting there, particularly when you're putting that thing back together, you got it all torn apart, you got all the cosmoline off of it and everything, and you're putting it back together, and you're just sitting there rubbing on stuff, and you're thinking, man, if this gun could talk, the stories it could tell. And that's when it hits you that you own a piece of history that nobody's ever going to know where that gun's been and what it's done. And you wonder in your mind about that's the coolest thing about milsurps, I think, is what Edward says. That's how I feel. I go for the history. It's owning that piece of history that you can fill in the blank with in your imagination as to where it's been, what it's done, what it's seen. And that could be good and that can be bad, depending on your outlook. But war is a horrible thing. And World War II was especially brutal in most theaters. And, another thing that besides that, which is obvious, the nostalgia, the history, the you owning that piece and longing for the stories that go with it is, you know, how well that gun was made might depend on what country it was from and what year it was actually produced. Because I think we can all can imagine that some of these guns that were coming out of Germany and Japan toward the end of the war were not the greatest pieces of uh, there weren't good guns, in other words.
Oh
So
yeah, a lot of machine marks. You know, you see there's a lot of skip on a lot of quality control. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, and speaking of that, Mario, on the Mosins, halfway through the war, they actually took the feed ramp out of most of the Mosin Nagants, and it was just, you were beating on that damn thing to get fed up in there, get it to shoot, because I've got pre-war, I've got middle of the war, and I've got post-war guns of all the Mosins, and you can definitely tell. You can definitely tell
Oh,
because the one,
absolutely, you could tell.
yeah.
But you know, it was it's no different. Like like I could tell you because I mean, 10 years of my life in the military, I was in tanks. And you get to study all these types of tanks and stuff like that. And I looked at the first off the line Sherman tanks, and these things look really really good. And then you look at the ones that were like in the middle, they were just crap, man. They was just like, yeah. And then you look at the ones that were towards the end of the war. Once World War II hit, what they ended up doing is that they ended up giving a bunch of these tanks to other countries. And you could tell that the improvement had gotten better. And that's when they got a bigger gun too. Towards the middle end of the war, they got a bigger gun on those tanks, and you could just tell the difference, man. And being able to kind of like mess
Hmm.
around and go inside the tanks and stuff like that, you could tell. You could tell. And it's kind of different how we did the Abrams, because the Abrams is they're all pretty much the same. You could pretty much tell the ones that were first generation M1s to the ones that were the last ones, because they have a serial number on the turret, and they have a serial number on the chassis, right, on the hull.
Hmm.
And you know exactly what year they were made. Like all the ones that were made in 79 or 80, they're like, you could tell that there was differences on them, and they had to readjust them. But then you look at the ones that were made in the 90s and 2000s, they were just a little different, had a little more space on them. They were just better integrated with armor and stuff. But the thing that the military does is that they refurbish tanks. They refurbished that tank since the 1970s. So they saved themselves millions and millions of dollars by doing that. And because it's the same tank, it has a tendency of doing that.
Yeah. Well, I imagine just about like anything uh, even when like rifles or something come back to the arsenal, they get inspected, check the throat, check the bore, check the receiver, check the tolerances, go, no go gauges, everything gets thrown on it. And, you might get one that's rebarreled on any gun as far as that goes, and refurbished, put in cosmoline, and then thrown in the corner. You know what I mean? So it's, yeah, exact same thing for guns, tanks, just about anything that they think they'll need in the future. So, which is cool because I've got numbers matching guns and I've got not so numbers matching guns, and it's just kind of all over the place. So, uh, one of my favorite ones is my long barrel uh, Mosin gun with the hex receiver on it that was I don't know how I pulled this off, but was pre-war, still in the Cosmoline, never had a shot through it, and somehow did not get put into use in World War II. Still in the box, still wrapped in the exact same everything.
It's not the first time I heard that, because we even had that with there's even certain Berettas that never got to be they never got
Issued. Never issued.
Yeah, they're just still in that aluminum wrapping that they have them on, and they just keep them on there.
Yeah, it's really cool if you can find something like that. So anyway, I'm done with the milsurp stuff. Somebody else can talk.
Well, I think all that stuff's really cool, and I'm a big fan. And the one thing I can maybe do over the winter time here is actually do some videos on specific guns.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think people just knowing a little bit more about the guns and how it pretty much kind of progressed to what it is now, because I mean every old gun is deserving of its history, because that's how it created the new guns of today, so um that's always interesting.
No, totally agree. So, well, I'll put a little conversation piece here to the panel and out there in the chat. If you could have one milsurp rifle from World War II, what would it be? Pistol, rifle, don't matter. Any piece of small arms from World War II, what would it be?
German STG.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
So my friend in the old country actually had one of them. He grew up in eastern Slovakia, in a village, and surrounded by woods, and there was a lot of guerrilla warfare going on during the World War II. So till this day, they find caches of ammo stashed all over the place, and so he said they actually found a 760 by 54R spam can from World War II. They opened it up, shot it up, everything was fine. But anyway, he got his hands on STG through somebody, but because of all the legal bullshit and everything back home, he ended up getting rid of it because he was too afraid to hold on to it. But yeah, that was like, holy shit, getting hands on that thing, the original one.
Oh man, that would be that's a really good pick, Val. That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah,
to have one of those.
PPSH.
Ooh,
yep.
Yes.
I've actually shot one of those. 7.62 by 25. Soviet pistol round. MG42. Bama Dad says a BAR. Those are pretty awesome. Ozzy M3 grease gun. Man, those are so cool. And those Thompsons are hard to beat too, guys. I'm telling you.
Oh man.
I do have a 1911 that was military issue. It was made in 1913, so conceivably, it could have been used in World War I, World War II, and Korea. And I'm all but positive that it was definitely used in Korea, because the guy that I got it from acquired it from the man who used it in Korea. So this one has definitely seen combat, or it was carried. I don't know how much they were uh, using their sidearms during Korea, but yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
we got a BAR, a MG42, and an M3 grease gun. Uh, Talking about American mill syrup, that's the most expensive of all of it. The M1
Uh-huh.
carbines and the M1 Grands. Uh, M1 Grands are getting where you can buy those. Uh, the '03 A3s are out there, and the 17s, the 1917s, are the ones that are extremely hard to get a hold of. And if you can find them, they're ridiculously priced.
Yeah.
Well,
Especially,
even the
I mean,
M1s can get outrageous depending on what you're looking. If you're picky and you're looking for something in particular, get ready to pay.
yeah, for sure. So, if you could have anyone from World War II, what would you like, Bama Dad?
He's the one that said BAR.
Oh, he was. Okay. All right. Sorry. I wasn't looking.
I I wouldn't mind having a really nice M1 either. That would be that would be nice. I really never wanted an M1 until we went up to CMP and shot Jamie and Kyle Lusk and I and some who was the other guy, Jamie?
Ricky Baird.
Ricky Baird. And I never even thought they were actually a good looking rifle until I saw some of the ones that they had redone. Wow. It got me wanting one, but you couldn't walk out of the door with a nice one for what, less than $3,000?
There were some nicer ones for less than that. Yeah.
You must have found a budget shelf. I didn't find that part.
Well,
Which my eyes somehow just gravitated to the most expensive ones they had.
there, Boomstick. What's going on, brother?
Howdy,
Uh,
boom.
we're filling in for the Scotsman in case y'all hadn't figured out. He set all this up, and then he didn't show up. So I'm hoping he's okay. I sent him a text. Don't know that he's. Let me check my phone. I don't think he ever texted me back.
He didn't respond to me.
All right. So, Mario, if you could have any gun from World War II, what would it be?
Man, that's really hard, bro. But I was
Yeah,
looking
right.
at this. I would kind of have to agree with Val. I don't know if the STG 44 is the same as what he was talking about. Is it?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, dude. There's just something about that particular um that particular rifle, because basically after that kind of became the Galil and all these other type of rifles, like everything that pretty much came after that was kind of a copy of that. Same thing with the MG42. I think, if you look at a M240 machine gun or an M60 machine gun, if you look at it, it has a lot of the characteristics of that particular uh you know squad rifle. It is a bad mamma jamma. And the craziest thing is that the MG42 is still being used in service. I was um i was actually what they call a observer controller in Honsfels, Germany. I was pretty much an advisor for all NATO forces, and I had a Danish recon platoon, and these guys still had an MG42, and they were rocking that shit, and it was amazing. Such a great gun, man.
Yep. totally agree that MG40. I hate to say it, that thing mowed down more people on beaches when we landed than you could shake a stick at. Um, but as far as just a piece of machinery wise, the cyclic rate and everything on that bad boy, wow, that was just awesome piece of engineering. And
I I I,
oh, go ahead.
I actually think that it was ahead of its time. I
I do
really
too.
do. I think it
I,
was way ahead of its time. Same thing with the STG. I feel those rifles and that machine gun were just ahead of time. And I think that's the reason why they were so vastly copied after the war.
yeah, agreed. Agreed. It just I forget. Oh, there's a cool documentary on one of the German guys that actually manned one of those uh, 42s on one of the beaches, and he wound up getting captured. Um, I wish I could remember the name of that documentary, but it was really good because no matter what the war is, I always try to look at it from both sides. Just because I like to have both sides of the story, but um, no, definitely a cool machine gun.
You
And
know,
yeah, go
I
ahead.
often think about how many other countries troops would have done what our guys did. Would they continue fighting on that beach? You know, would they cower down and gun some sort of cover and just stay where they're at and wait for artillery or naval fire or whatever the case may be? Some way somehow those soldiers continued on, and it didn't matter how many of them died. They continued towards that beach, charging that beach, and taking over that beach, and making sure that they captured or killed every one of those Germans that try to kill them. I mean, honestly, man, that sense of of balls, really, that's the only way I could say it. You
Do or
know,
die. Do or
yeah, do or
die.
die. And it's you often wonder how many other countries would have done what our guys did.
Boy, I don't know.
and really
I,
for someone else.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
that's the amazing fact to me. We have, for the crap that we're eating from the rest of the world, we sure have taken care of everybody.
Yeah, no shit. And you really stop and think about it. Most of those French people, they like to talk smack about the Americans, this and that. Especially if you go visit their country and you don't speak French, they give you all kinds of crap. Now, I
Yeah,
wouldn't say that in every part of France because I know that those people that lived in Normandy and all those areas down there in the outskirts, they love
they,
Americans. They appreciate them.
and they honor us every year.
Yeah, no, they do. They really go out of their way to make us feel welcome. But when you go to Paris, they treat you like total shit over there. You
Yeah,
know.
it's that bunch that those French men that have wives that have testicles. That's the
Perfect.
that's the French you got to worry about. I mean, look at just you think about the whole thing when World War II started. When we looked at the whole situation, we realized, hey, his desire is to conquer the world, and we're going to fight. We're not going to give up. But that's the difference in Americans and other countries. We we had to fight to start our country, and we will fight to keep our country.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't really the case. If you really stop and think about it, we didn't want to be part of the fucking World War. It was until Pearl Harbor that really it you awaken a giant. You awaken, a country that all of a sudden wanted to fight and wanted to show people what they were capable of, because in most cases they used to think of our military as inferior, that in most cases that it would only defend itself and leave everybody else hand to dry before all this happened. So I mean, to a certain point, I'm glad that we did stood up. I'm glad that we did what we had to do to maintain our sovereignty. um but yeah, no, it is crazy. It is crazy that the fact that the Japanese wanted to test us that way, especially when we're the ones that were providing the petroleum for them.
Yeah.
How stupid is that?
Well, you look at it, that's kind of the thing. We're willing to fight. It's not that we want to turn the world and everybody into America. We don't want another nation doing to anybody else what was done to us at the founding of this country. No, you can't just go in and take over. You just, we're not going to allow you to do that. And it's kind of in our DNA that we're going to fight for what we believe in. Just look at the difference. Look at what two guys did just last night in Australia. I don't know whether you've seen it or not, but two guys with shotguns went out and shot Bondi Beach all to pieces.
Yep.
I think they killed 11 people.
Yep. And then one guy got shot in the arm twice and took him down.
It's, but there it is. What's the first thing that took place before Hitler took over Germany? He took all the guns. In Japan, the citizenry didn't have guns. Australia, they've outlawed guns. I think the difference is, I've heard that, I don't know whether the statement was actually true, but somebody supposedly, the Japanese made a statement, you can't ever invade America because there's a gun behind every blade of grass. And
Yep.
I don't know if I've heard that that's not actually true, but one way or the other, if they try to take our guns, somebody's trying to take us over. And
Exactly.
one thing I still to this day do not understand is that if we live in such a violent society, and we want to protect our children, and we want to protect our churches, our synagogues, whatever the case may be, why the fuck do we not have people armed protecting these sites, protecting our children, protecting what matters to us? I mean, to be honest
because
with
you've
you,
got a few liberal politicians that are in the local school boards that say we don't want our kids
I
to
don't
have to see
I don't
somebody with
I
a
I
gun.
I think it's bigger than that. I honestly do. I think that in many cases we have become naive to think that somehow nothing's going to happen to us because we live in a civil society. But in reality, the way you look at things right now, man, it's getting out of hand. I don't know what happened in Connecticut. Was it today or yesterday? Where some guy went and shot at a synagogue or some crap like that.
There was
Uh,
a there was a shooting at Brown University in
Brown University.
Providence, Rhode Island.
Right, but they were targeting like
Yep.
Jewish kids or something like that, right?
I don't know that. I have not heard.
Didn't hear that much. I knew there was a shooting up that way, but I don't know the particulars yet. I know about the Bondi shooting and the video that came out on it. That one guy, Ahmad Ahmad, went in there and
He wasn't Muslim.
yeah, right. But he was, he didn't have to do his civil duty or anything like that being in that country, but he just ran right into that guy and just ripped that firearm out of it and got two bullets in the arm for his thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, and he grabbed it clean away from him and had it pointed on the gunman, and it was just like, why didn't you just get rid of him at that point?
Yeah, why did you not pull the trigger? He couldn't bring himself to do it.
Well,
because it has a simple answer to that. You can't. First of all, the guy that disarmed the guy was a law-abiding citizen. He wasn't judge, executioner, and jury in one. He wasn't spec ops guy, none of that. So that's why, every one of us are gun guys, but putting in that situation, you would think twice about actually taking human life. Regardless, the guy was a scumbag that just killed 16 people or whatever. If the guy would charge you or something like that, then probably that would be a different scenario. But the guy was
I'm-
backing away and just shooting him in the cold blood. Most of the people just don't have it in them. Simple as that. Most people are not
Now-
killers.
Now, and I totally understand that, Val. Don't get me wrong. It's when you're in that, because I've had to be in that mode one time.
Val, you'd have shot that guy. You know
And
good and well you would have.
No,
Give
I
me
would
a
not.
break.
The honesty, I probably would not. At the most, if he would, I would probably go for the legs or something like that. But I would not.
Yeah,
I pray
shoot
to
a
God,
foot.
I never have to take a human life.
Well,
I don't care if
And I'll
the guy's
agree.
a
If he had no backup weapon or anything, and he was laying there without any kind of weapon, I might not would have shot him.
Right.
But
Well,
if he would have put his hand in his pocket or he would have dug for anything, I'd have wasted him right there on the ground.
Exactly, my dad.
My point to all this, guys, is that we do not show any deterrent. Is what I'm saying.
No, we're not. I don't have a problem with it. I think every school ought to have about an 18 or 20-foot fence around it. I don't think that's going to hurt my child's mental state to be dropped off at a school where he knows he's safe. No, it does not make a school a prison because it's got a fence around it. No, it doesn't make it a jail because there's armed guards in the school that are there to take care of them. Now, I think you could have the wrong kind of person as being an armed guard that, intimidates children, but there's plenty of really great retired veterans that would take those positions just to supplement their retirement.
And I mentioned that before, and people have told me that I'm fucking crazy for thinking that way. But I was like, okay, I guess I'm a crazy guy that gives a shit. I don't know.
Most people's minds, they think every single vet has PTSD. They think every single vet is.
But they make it seem like we're like these people with a major disease that we can't be. We can't go out there and help people or try to do things to better our community. Honestly, if you guys heard about that sergeant, it was a Marine Corps sergeant. He's been trying to get help for mental health for the longest. He
yep.
made a statement. He made a statement, so he decided to kill himself in front of the VA hospital in San Antonio. That is fucking sad shit right there. There is no need for that kind of crap.
No, not when we're throwing tax dollars up monkeys' butts. When you look at how many billions were pilfered just out of Minnesota and sent to El Shabaab in Somalia, our tax dollars have our taxes either have to be reduced or there's got to be some accountability where that money's being spent.
Yeah, the biggest problem is they're not our tax dollars. They're our grandchildren tax dollars because it's all borrowed money. But the funny thing is, a lot of people have problems with the actual armed guards in school. Like we have resource officers, right?
Yeah.
But around here, my buddy's a resource officer. They're not armed. He's not concealed carry. He's a retired corrections officer. He was actually a training officer, so he's got all kinds of training. They don't carry a gun. He's there just for the show, pretty much. And people, most of the people are kind of looking weird, like why would there be a armed guy in a school? Yet
our resource officers here have guns.
Yeah, but God forbid you go to any other government fucking building and there's an armed fucking guard. Okay, and they search you before you come in and all that, and people got zero problems with that. That's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine because those are politicians. But I guess the politician life is more important than a kid's life.
But that's what I'm saying. I think we just need to change the mentality of people, man. Because in reality, if you create a deterrent, I think people will think twice about going there. And if they
It,
and
it
if they
it's
do
Mhm.
want
it's
to go, then they have a death wish, and then you deal with that.
it's hard. It's hard. I just had this conversation. I was at a party, and I live in Connecticut right now, so this is a fairly liberal state. And the friends
Good
we go
lord,
with
you went
super.
from shit to worse, bro. Holy fuck.
Yeah, well, whatever. The
Holy
friends
shit,
we went
Val.
to the friends we went to see, they super nice people, but like I wouldn't say that they're liberal, but that little more on left leaning, Trump hating people, and definitely not gun people. So we had a conversation where I said, like, you're sitting in a diner, a police officer walks in, or two of them walk in, everybody has a gun strapped on their back. Hell, they can walk in with the AR-15 hanging on their back, and you're not gonna bet an eye. You're gonna be fine with that. Yet, let's say two other people walk in, nicely dressed, an open carry pistol on the side, and you're gonna freak out. Why is that? Why is that? I know. Well, the answers were most of all because the police officers they can carry, they got training, they got this, they got that. I'm like, well, if I tell you that the amount of rounds these officers go through for the training is a joke to compare to any other law-abiding citizen that actually trains, how much they put in through, you would that like matter? No, they just that's just the mindset. That's it. They whenever they
They
see
condition.
whenever they see a civilian with the gun, they automatically think he's a bad guy. It's just mindset. That's it. I was down in North Carolina. We went in the diner. Half the diner was fucking open carrying. I'm like, holy shit, this place is never gonna get robbed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big fan of open carry, but but it has nothing to do with anything except the fact that I don't want anybody trying to reach for my gun.
Well,
That's
from tactical standpoint, you're absolutely right. But on the other hand, is like if there's people open carrying in a diner, somebody decides to go rob the diner and he walks in, the guy that's gonna rob the diner is not gonna walk in the diner open carrying because he's gonna come and case the place first. So if he walks in and sees five people open carrying guns, he's gonna turn tail and go find a different target.
yeah.
Lobs off the target. So
He's going to keep walking if he's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Most
he's
people that do these kinds of things, they do not want confrontation. That is the last thing that they want. They do not
No,
want a
they want
confrontation. It's no different than when you see somebody going in your front yard and your security lights come on. As soon as the security lights come on, the motherfuckers leave because they don't want their face to be seen. They don't want nobody to see them what's going on. That's how I feel about people if they see you with a gun. It's you got to think twice before you do some stuff like that. But you know,
it's the age old predator and prey scenario. They're not looking for the biggest badass in the cafeteria. They're wanting to
Yep.
find a cafeteria that's got a bunch of sheep in it.
Yep.
You know,
Well,
they will go in and shoot them like fish in a bucket. And take the money and run. They don't want any resistance.
yep.
So anything that you do that
yeah.
you know
But I also agree with Val's statement is that we do need to change our way of looking at things. I
oh yeah.
mean, we really do live in a violent society. We need to be able to provide a safe environment for especially our kids, man. They have no reason not to feel safe when they go into a school. No reason whatsoever. And the fact that we're not providing that, the fact that a lot of these universities who make billions of fucking dollars don't provide adequate security, armed security. I mean, Brown University, that's $1 billion fucking uh, you know, university, man. How the hell do they not provide enough, you know, resources and stuff like that? I mean, to be honest with you, I can guarantee you that guy that went and shot that university, he cased that joint before he decided to do anything. He ain't stupid.
Uh, I think they finally caught the guy, but I'm not sure. Uh, Edward Petty, you won't get flack from me for
No,
that.
that's my feelings exactly.
Yep. I don't care who you carry as long as you carry. That's my main deal. Now, are there going to be is there going to be certain situations where it's better to conceal versus open? Probably. Debatable. But at the same time, if somebody sees guns on hips, they're doing a 180 and they're getting the hell out of there. So it's half a dozen one to the other kind of debate on open versus conceal. So I don't know the right answer for that, but as long as you're carrying as a free American, just doing your own business, do it. That's all I got to say on
Take
that.
a minute and yeah, let's take a minute. We need to call out the side chat. Y'all want to do it like we do on my show? Everybody type in something.
Yeah. Type in something. Type in yeah. Hashtag yeah.
Yeah.
Hashtag yeah.
Yeah.
So type in yeah, and we'll call your name out on TV. Bama Dad's in there.
You forgot the hashtag, man. You have one job, Bama Dad.
Nobody said
One
no
job.
about no hashtag.
Yeah, I said hashtag, damn it. Yeah.
Hashtag yeah.
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 Now he went and retyped it because I'm getting on his ass now.
All right, we got
Nice.
Ozzy Osbourne's out there, Pat in the Bunker's out there, and on the panel, Edward Petty. Come on, guys. I know we got more than that out there.
Yeah, we got 12 out there. Come on, fellas. Hashtag damn it.
Armament and Axes is out there. What's going on, Chris?
Yeah. Hashtag yeah.
So we want to thank all you guys out there for hanging with us today as we've been talking about mill serps and carrying and all that kind of thing. And we got more people than that out there, but all of you that's watching, thank you so much for being here. And I know I don't do like the Scotsman does, but
well, as far as we're concerned, Jamie, it's your show because you picked up the you picked up the baton and you ran with it.
Yeah, plus he's got all the controls. I don't have the controls. He's got them.
Yep. Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, we got Nathan.
I got all the buttons. But anyway, we lost New York Outcast. He wasn't saying a lot.
Yeah, I was just about ready to get around to him to saying, "Hey, what's your favorite?" And then he disappeared.
Yeah, it's because he was thinking about salads and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
So
Yeah.
back to your question, I think I would choose a 1917
Okay,
or an M1 Garand.
Okay.
nice.
Garand.
Both good choices.
Yeah, definitely good choices.
Both
for
solid.
sure.
Both solid.
M1 carbine's interesting too. But yeah, let me scratch that. If I could tap anything, money to no object, a Thompson submachine gun.
Yeah, man, those are nice.
nice.
Yeah.
That's
Good.
probably what I'd go with.
Plus,
Yep.
you could definitely reload for it. So
Yeah, boy, that's a lot of reloading. Speaking of reloading, Mario, what was your issue with your? What do you?
yeah. So what happened is I recently bought. Well, I've had it. I just had not installed it. I was like one of the first guys to get the Dillon bullet feeder, and I got really sidetracked with work and stuff like that, and I had not installed it. So I installed it this past weekend, and I had everything set up, and then the darn motor wasn't coming on, and I kept testing it because I don't know if you guys have a Dylan, when you turn on the bullet feed, the brass
Case.
feeder, the motor automatically kicks in, and this bullet feeder wasn't turning on at all, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?" So I couldn't figure it out. So I called Dylan. Dylan told me that to test out the switch.
Yep.
So what
Micro
happens
switch.
is that I told me uh, uh, get a man, I can't think today. Paper clip, right? And put and go ahead and put it on both ends of where it's connected at. And if it doesn't come on, is the kill switch is messed up. So I called Dylan and I told him, hey man, you guys need to give me a new kill switch because it's still in the warranty. So yeah, it's in the mail. So as soon as I get it, I'll replace it and we'll be good to go. That's the only bad thing when you get like I was like one of the first ones to get. I think I was the second wave of those that got the bullet feeder. And sometimes it's good to be the first, but sometimes it's not so good because there's all these little
So
flaws that go with.
you bought the full package.
What do you mean the full package?
Well, you can get it just like if you're buying an XL 750, you can just get just the 750, or you can get the 750 with a case feeder, or you can get the 750 with a case feeder and a bullet feeder.
Right. So I already had the case feeder. I already had it. So I was just adding the bullet feeder to it. Being lazy. Not wrong with that, I guess. But um, yeah, that's the only issue that I had with it. I did the paperclip thing. Yeah, sure enough, it was the switch. Um, so Dylan is sending me a kill switch, another switch for it, and hopefully it'll be here after the holidays, and we can get started on it. But in the meantime, we're just gonna load it the same way I've been doing it so far, which is not bad. No issues whatsoever. So, but yeah, that was my reloading dilemma with my Dylan bullet feeder. So if you guys have that same problem, just know
What
most likely is your kill switch that's
what
messed up.
cartridge are you reloading?
Oh, 9 mil, because that 750 is just for 9 mil. Because 80% of my guns are 9 millimeters. So I like that. I like to just have that set up for 9 millimeter because when I reload, I just reload a bunch of it and I don't have to worry about it. And the 550, I use it for all the other calibers, which is kind of cool. So, yeah. But
That's
yeah, that was my dilemma. What you got?
I'm uh I'm going to be in the market for a Dylan. I do not own a Dylan yet.
Well, once you get in the blue Kool-Aid, man, you're not gonna get out of it. It's an expensive habit on the blue Kool-Aid, but I just really like the way
it's
the
just
ammo
good stuff.
the ammo it's just it's
Well, I end up selling my Dylan and pretty much most of the reloading crap when I was moving because I just whatever. Somebody came in, gave me a deal for my truck, my tools, my everything, and so I
mm.
just let them have it. But I actually wind up buying a secondhand Hornady lock and load.
Oh
AP
no, there's
press.
nothing wrong with those. Those are
I
great
just bought
presses.
one with a case feeder, and it's a little more quirky than Dylan. The dies are nicer, but shit always keeps breaking on it. Like I like the press, but the 650 I had, I just had it for so long, reloaded so much that I rarely had it down for more than a couple of minutes. And with the lock and load, and especially like I got new dies, the freaking seating and crimping die keeps breaking. They got this little stupid spring in there that thing keeps breaking on me. Like a couple of corks. Like it's a good press, solid press, and all that. And you know what? I bought the whole thing for $500 with a case feeder. So I added the Hornady dies and got it running, and I've been reloading ammo on it just to keep myself busy. But eventually I'm just gonna go back to Dylan. I mean, Dylan's definitely. I think it's like nothing wrong with the Hornady, but I think Dylan's overall better press, especially if you want to
Absolutely.
switch calibers. You're switching between
Yeah.
940 or
Yeah.
45. It's just
Yeah.
easier on Dylan.
It's more gooder for sure.
Especially, you buy several of the tool heads and keep them set up for whatever you're doing. Like if you're doing 45, 9mm.
Yep. Yeah, I
Yep.
had actually still have a couple of tool heads set up for the different calibers, so I still
Yeah.
have them. I only sold the 650 with a 9mm and 223 conversion. So I
Hey,
still got the conversion kits and stuff.
but you
So
know what's a good thing, Val? I see a lot of 650s for sale, and they're giving good deals, man. So I'm sure once
there's
you
not a
decide to,
huge difference 650 and 750. I will go either or. Like
right?
I probably won't get rid of my Hornady because it's a good press. Once I move down south, there's no problem setting it up for something else or whatever. And I mean, I might just keep it as a dedicated 9mm press. Hopefully, once
Yeah.
I get the corks worked out, it'll be. But actually, for the 9mm, I might step it out and go to something like fully automated.
Yeah, I'd love
Yeah,
to
it
add
makes it
one
much
of the
easier.
robotic systems to my 750 for 9mm. Just flip the switch and walk away.
Look at you, man. You're way more bougier than we are, Mister. Set it and forget it. Like I
DeMonco
said it
Steel.
and forget it. Okay, like go on.
Well, I'm a
Nice.
tinker. I'm a tinker by long way, and it's like I was looking at bullet feeders, and I said, "There's no way I'm paying that." So this is my second one that I'm making for my other press,
Oh, look at you. You
and
made that on your
my
on
3D
your.
printer.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, look at you, man. Go ahead now.
it's
Nice.
Look at you, man, Mister
and I'll
Tinker.
have with electronic parts and filament for printing. It'll probably be total. I'll have about $55-$60 in it
Nice. No, that's good, man.
versus 300,
I'm
400 bucks.
first of all, I'm too fucking cheap to go do all that. Not that it's cheap, but I just to me is I don't want to fuck with that kind of stuff. I was like I don't want to go buy a printer and then buy the filament and then to me is fuck that. I just put my credit card, send me that shit over to my house. That's all I give a shit about. You know.
Well, that's one
All
of those
right,
deals too.
I got one, guys. I'm gonna leave you.
All right, man. Much
You guys
love,
have a
man.
nice. You guys have a nice
See you,
rest of
man.
the night and have a nice week.
Good
All right,
night.
brother. Take care, man.
Join us, brother.
Take it
All
easy,
right.
brother.
All right, brother. Well, it's good to see Val there.
Yeah.
You know,
So
and
it's
and
the
talk-
bottom of the hour. Y'all want to wrap this up?
yeah, actually, before
We
I
could-
do, I wanted Scotsman to be here, but Scotsman's not be here, so I'm gonna talk for him and I. Um, as you guys all know, we all like to kid around. We all like to mess around and talk smack. A lot of us get into these chats because we want to be able to talk to fellow reloaders, like-minded people that 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 think like us, that are kind of like us and stuff like that. Well, to make a long story short, about 2 weeks ago, we had a chat with myself and Uncle Jim. And Uncle Jim, I know. Look, stop, okay? And I'm trying to be nice here, okay? Now, here's my thing. Uncle Jim says some stuff live, mind you, right? Where it kind of backfired him hard, like hard, because I mean, people were just riding this dude hard for 2 3 weeks. Okay, but what I don't like, and I mean, he became like a really good sport about it. He made his own video making fun of himself or whatever the case may be. But then the next week, he started playing this whole victim nonsense, which really irritated the crap out of me. Because here's my thing, dude. First of all, whatever you said came out of your mouth, not mine, not Scott Smith, not Kyle, not Thor. nobody said what you said. All right, you said what you said, and we just went with it. And it took us like 30 minutes for us to talk about it, and it was a good laugh and whatever the case may be. But if people are still giving you a hard time afterwards, after I made a video and you made a video, stop playing the victim, bro. I
Yeah,
do not play that nonsense. I do not take I do not take people trying to make threats to me over live chats and stuff like that. I That's not me, man. All right.
I'm
I would
sorry.
tell you,
I'm
yeah.
sorry if somebody took it to that level
I
because
I I would tell you that there's a time and a place for everything, bro. And I can tell you that my friendship with Uncle Jim is over. But I do not like him making threats towards me. I don't like him making threats towards Scotsman. I think there's always going to be a time and a place for everything. But here's my thing: be a good sport about it. If you said what you said and it came to bite you in the butt, it's on you, man. Don't throw it back on me. Don't throw it back on Scotsman. Stop becoming a victim. And that's all I got to say.
All righty then.
yeah, I don't think anybody. I watched it, and yeah, it was funny, but it almost seemed like he kept perpetuating it. He kept feeding it from one thing to the next, and it's just guys sitting around the campfire. Somebody screws up and goes off the bro case, and makes almost a statement that can be misconstrued easily. Nobody's not going to, if you're at the hunting camp or you're sitting around a campfire, you're sitting on the bank fishing, somebody's going to have something to say about it. And if you take it personally and you can't shake it off, you just lost your man card. Sorry. Sorry,
Exactly.
Well,
that's all it is to it. I mean, we've all done it. You step in crap, you go your shoes are going to stink. And that's what he did. He stepped in it himself. It was his own doing.
yeah, but the thing that he kept saying is that, oh, it's been 5 weeks. I'm like, dude, it's been 2 weeks since I made that video. Where did you get the 5 weeks from? Like other because he lives in the mountains. He forgot time or whatever the case may be. I don't know, man. But it just what really just really upset me is that he goes, "Hey, man, we're gonna come down and hunt you." I'm like, bro, come on, man. I survived South Central LA. I survived 3 deployments to Iraq. You want to come after me? Come after me, homie. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got, but don't make any threats to me live. You know what I'm saying? It just to me is childish. And look, let me tell you guys all something. You guys don't know. You guys have been watching this chat for a long time. Me and Valve have had our differences of opinion, but no matter what, we still kind of we go back to whatever we let it go, and we let bygones be bygones, and we're back at it. And I've known Valve for years, and believe me, there's some stuff that he said that was just downright just messed up. And the thing
Well,
about it is, I didn't call him out. It was other people that called him out on it. So, that's all I got to say, guys. Stop playing the victim, man. I don't.
Yep.
It doesn't
Yep.
sit well with me. I mean, you guys all know I like to kid around and like mess around and like try to be funny, but it's
that's
not a
all I
bad
thought.
thing, man.
For
No,
somebody that's just sitting
that's
back
the
and
best way to
watching it,
be.
that's all I thought.
Yeah.
I didn't think that you were making any statements against his character or anything like that. It was just guys being guys, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, seriously. And
Yeah,
and
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 honestly, if he wants to go to that route, for all he knows, you've got a spare Abrams sitting right in the front lawn, pointed towards the
well,
street.
yeah, it's just here's my thing, and it's not one of those things that I wanna I wanna brag about it. Then I did this and I did that. Look, man, I did my part. I served my country. I did what I had to do. But
Hmm.
it's not one of those things. You guys know me enough to know I don't brag about that stuff. I mean, if you ask me something about the military, if I know it, I'll give you my opinion. and it's really just my opinion on things. It's just, it is what it is. So, but yeah, man, I just wanted to put it out there, guys, because I honestly, I'm getting tired of it. And I know that I had a conversation with Scotsman about it, where we talked about it. We actually text each other, and he said that that week before he had gone to his chat, and it was just kind of like busting his balls or whatever, and he got all bent out of shape. And then he told, and then Scotsman told him, "All right, well, give me a link. Let's talk about it." He never give him a link. So it's just the boy got no balls, man. That's all it is. And I'm calling it out. And he's got my number. If he wants to talk to me, he can call me whenever he wants, bro. It's all good. But my thing is, I'm not gonna put up with it, and neither should any of you put up with people like that. Because
No,
I mean, we're always gonna run into people in here that are gonna, they feel like they can intimidate others. That's not what we're about here, man. We're about you know camaraderie and helping each other out, because that's what this community is all about.
Yeah, if he's got to
agreed.
resort to threatening somebody, that's going too far. I'm
Yep,
sorry that happened.
yep. That sucks. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it does. But anyway,
All
all right.
right, so
Anybody
I'm
else
done.
got anything to say before we call it a good night?
Well, yeah, I will. Everybody out there on the chat, go check out everybody on the panel. Everybody's always got something going on out there.
Not me.
Yeah.
I've got one video of Jamie, and that's it.
Well, maybe we need to change that, Bama
Yeah,
Dad.
we do.
Maybe
We do.
you need to
Bama Dad is
even if it's just a short, just go out there, go film something, go have fun.
Bama is a plethora of excitement. That's all I could tell you.
Yeah, it'd take you a long time to watch my videos.
But anyway, no, just everybody go check everybody out here on the panel and on the side chat. I know there's a lot of guys out there too that have a lot of good content and everything. So other than that, what I got coming up is what I said at the beginning of the video. So anyway, Mario, Bama Dad, Mr. Jamie, thank you for having me on tonight. Even though it's Scotsman's show and he didn't show up, I don't know what happened. I'm not going to speculate. I'm just going to say thanks to the host for having me on tonight since he was hosting.
Well, thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Bama Dad, you got anything coming up?
Yeah, I got some goodies that come in. I've got finally cleaning out my
Gotta go
building.
read.
I've got all my reloading stuff in, so I'm gonna try to clean it up real good and get it all set up where I can start shooting a few videos. And I got some universal mountain plates coming in from Inline Fabrications, and that primer that I've been wanting forever, I finally got it in. So that primer press. So we're gonna see how it works.
Yeah, I went to buy me one. They were all gone already. So, but thanks for the link. But
Oh,
I
you
did,
mean that link didn't work?
no, it worked. They were just all gone already. So
Well, I'll tell you that they're hard to get. They've got the manual ones. You can get the manual ones, but the automatic ones are where it's. I was determined I wanted to be able to at least load a stack of primers and not have to go one by one.
yeah.
I don't know what it is. I don't like handling primers.
But did you get that double alpha nonsense?
No, hold on just a second. I'll show it to you. It's still in the box, so I.
Yeah, I would steer people away from double alpha. I mean, it works. I think it's overrated, but whatever.
This is it.
Oh, look at you. Excuse me, occupier. Auto load.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fully adjustable. It's as precise. I mean, people are comparing it with that Primal Rights. It's what do they want for it? Like $500.
No, I'm good.
For a primer press. I
Yeah.
thought that was ridiculous.
I'll start talking like George Lopez. Never mind.
Mm-mm.
I know. Well, do us a video on that, Grandma Dad.
Yeah,
Mario,
I'm gonna
what's got
try.
coming up, brother?
Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys. I don't know whether y'all use fancy cameras or use your phones or what, but
Yeah, we use our phones.
because I don't have any camera equipment other than an iPhone.
Man,
honestly, yeah. Go ahead, Mario.
you got enough in a camera, bro. I mean, the cameras nowadays compared to what we used to have. Remember that camcorder we used to have back in the day? Had to put over our shoulder.
Oh, the big giant
Oh
one.
yeah,
The
yeah,
ones that look like a TV station.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know, you got the big old VCR tape you got to put in it. Mm. And you thought that was high tech back in the day.
You couldn't use a tripod. You had to get a cherry picker to put it on.
Yeah, seriously, man. Those things are
Exactly.
so heavy.
Oh my God, you nailed it perfect, Dad.
Yeah, it'd crush it.
Truck.
Reminds me of my first cell phone.
I hope the floor is level.
Yeah. But yeah, that's you know, you can get looking at that camera equipment and stuff, and you can. I'm not taking money away from the gun budget to buy all those cameras and stuff that some
No,
of these
you don't
people
need
are
that.
doing.
To be honest with you, nowadays you can buy some stuff from Amazon. They're under $50 that they would just blow you away how good they are. They're little small handheld cameras, 1080p,
Hmm.
I mean,
Kind of
you
like
can you don't need a
knockoffs.
GoPro, you don't need none of that nonsense. You just need a little
This
camera
one,
from yeah,
this one
yeah.
right now, this one right now, $75. I caught it on clearance for what was it, 2 years ago? And I can do all the SD card switch outs, everything on it, and it's got a shotgun mic on top of it right now.
Oh
When I'm
man,
out, when
shotgun.
I'm out, when I'm outside, I turn that thing on, and it's got minus 10 decibels or plus 10 decibels. And if it's windy, I put it up to 10, and it's got the nice foam sock and everything on top of it. You don't hear any wind on it, and it's beautiful. And you can flip the screen around. You can see exactly where your shot's at and everything. $75 comes with 2 batteries, all the cords, everything you freaking need. Man, it's beautiful, and I can live stream and treat it as a webcam. And that was
That's
my
kind of what I was.
that's my 2 requisites. I was
I'm
like,
gonna
all that.
I'm gonna use my iPhone, and I literally I was worried about whether the iPhone would pick up good audio.
It does.
And
It does.
well,
It does.
if you're moving around or something, you get out of the vocal range of the phone and all that. So I got a wireless mic for it. I ordered one off eBay, and I got a good deal on a Mackie. They were normally $300, and I got this for $50. And the guy was so nice, he sent me 2 of them for $50.
There
So
you go.
I've got wireless mics. So
Oh, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be totally fine.
You're more
Totally
gooder
fine.
now.
I'm
Yeah.
getting ready to start shooting some.
Yep, more
Mhm.
gooder.
I'll be the
More gooder.
biggest doofus on YouTube.
With a little bit of bestesses on it.
All right, guys, let's wrap this up. Anybody else got anything?
No, I'm good.
I'm out.
Mario, good?
Good, sir. Thank you for hosting us.
Thank y'all for hanging in there with me. We'll apologize to Scotsman in advance because this is being broadcast on his channel.
I don't need to apologize.
I hope we
Dummy
don't
should have
get
been here.
right, Scotsman. So we'll leave y'all with this. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. It is the season for peace. Christmas is a birthday. All right.
Amen, sir.
All right.
Amen.
Can I take it out like
Have
Alan
a
would
good
usually
rest of
do?
your night and a great week next week. And have a Merry Christmas. Good night, y'all.
Hey, can I take it out like